Welcome back. Today I'm sitting here on this Ford 3000 and I'm going to talk about leak diagnosis because this has a lot of leaks. It's got less leaks now than it did when I started, but it's still got leaks. Whenever you're dealing with a fluid leak, you always want to start at the top and work your way to the bottom, because if you have something up here at the top, it can actually coat things down here and make them look like they're leaking. In fact, this tractor, there was a fitting on it that I thought was probably leaking. I haven't touched it yet, but as I fix other leaks, I'm starting to think it was just drip off of the other stuff. So I'm just going to pick the camera up and I'm going to kind of show you what I'm talking about here. First of all, I'll show you underneath. And I just pulled this in, and that is actually water that's dripping, I hope. When I first started working on this, what I did when I pulled this in was basically take Floor Dry and just run under the entire thing, because it leaked every fluid there is from every orifice on the tractor. And it still has some leaks. And to be perfectly honest, it's a nearly 50-year-old tractor. I'm expecting it to leak some things at some points. That's kind of acceptable at that age. But let's start up here with the hydraulics. Now, this fitting that you can just barely see. When I started out, I thought this fitting was actually leaking. Now, part of the issue was this tractor was really, really nasty. Every single thing on this thing was just covered in grease and grime. One of the areas that I knew was leaking, it had a different style of plate here. It had a switch valve. It was leaking out of the switch valve itself, I think. I don't remember. It was leaking out of a few different places on the switch valve. So by changing it to this takeoff plate and a blocker plate, I've now eliminated those two spots. However, I found another one. I'm not sure how well you can see this, but it's actually leaking out of this plate right here. Again, this is a 50-year-old tractor that's probably never had this stuff serviced. So I'm kind of expecting a lot more things to be problematic once I get in there. In fact, I may just go ahead and order up some other seals and things before I take it apart. Like this right here on the side. This has to do with the hydraulic system as well. In fact, this knob right here theoretically adjusts the hydraulic speed. This tractor does still have quite a few hydraulic problems, although they are getting better one by one. One of the issues I'm running into with this tractor right now is just parts availability. I'm literally waiting a month in between ordering and getting parts. So as I find more issues, it's taking a very long time to actually fix this tractor. But as you can see, there's oil that's dripping down the side, and as it drips down the side, it makes its way over and actually lands on top of that fitting that I thought was leaking. That's a very high pressure, that is a high pressure line. If it was leaking there, it should be pouring fluid out at a much greater rate than what it currently is. So again, when dealing with leaks, you always want to start at the top. So I started up here. I've got these two leaks fixed. Now we're down to this plate. After that, we'll be down to this one. And it's sometimes pretty difficult to tell where they're actually leaking from. Another thing that I tried to do, don't mind the safety wire, that's temporary. Another thing that I did with this tractor was I put the 3-point hitch up, and it does not hold up overnight. So there's leaks inside of either these chambers or something inside of there. So I'm also going to have to deal with that too. As I keep going on this tractor, I'm actually starting to get concerned that the hydraulic pump itself is bad. But I need to take care of all the known issues before I jump to that conclusion. So as of right now, I'm just kind of slowly working my way through this. This isn't really the greatest way to handle a customer vehicle. Luckily, this tractor is part of the family farm and is really only used in hay season, which is still a couple months away, maybe longer than that because it's snowing today. But I have a lot of time to put into this one, and I don't have to rush on it. I'm going to take my time, order things as it's necessary, and we'll figure it out. Get most of the leaks taken care of. Like I said, if it drips a little bit of engine oil here and there, I'm not going to be that concerned. It's a 50-year-old tractor. I'm not going to be too worried about that. I'm just going to keep kind of plugging away. This one will pop up from time to time. It is going to take a while because, like I said, it's legitimately been a month between parts orders. So things are moving forward, just slowly. I started out on this video more or less to show you how to diagnose fluid leaks. And you've got to remember, on a car especially, there's wind blowing back underneath the car as you drive. So you always go up and forward on a car. Something like this, it doesn't move very fast, it's probably just coming down. So you always want to start at the top and work your way down to the bottom. Because sometimes it looks like things are leaking and they're not. That's it. Just kind of a real world, what I'm dealing with as far as leak diagnostics go. Thanks for watching. I'll see you later.